Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi's Spiritual Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi.seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I have a special message for the Chosen Ones family. Definitely consider supporting our channel so that we can bring you more of the awakening news. We appreciate all of you who have supported us. For anyone who sent us a love donation, there's an amazing gift in the mail. And for anyone who's a member of our Patreon, we have amazing libraries of incredible books and a lot of unpublished episodes and other things, other interactions that I have with our members on there. And more importantly, it allows us to continue to bring the awakening news to our wider audience. You know, this is a special message for Chosen Ones. I really want you to start to really know your value in this season, family. And you know, everyone now wants to be a chosen one. But if you're chosen for real, it's a title you're like, you know, it's not come easy. You have had to suffer. You have been the target of all kinds of abuse, judgment, narcissistic, you know, behaviors. You've been traumatized, and this trauma has delayed you. But we came here wanting to also know what this place was like in its darkest time, stories for the days. But I want you to know, family, that you are the prize. You are the prize. And when you are in someone's life, you change their lives for the better. And it's something I never realized, family, until I really started to observe myself, because I've gone through such a massive transformation, like many of you in the last couple of years, that it's like I've had to get to know myself better, because I realized like I was always seeing myself through the lens of someone who was oppressed and broken and being controlled by others. I was always dealing with that perspective. But in my awakening, coming to the true realization of the prophet and the seer and the powerful divine being that I am, I've had to get to know myself again. And it's been very healing to go back and to see I've always been this person. And one thing, there's many actually that I'm going to cover, but like one of the main things, family, when I say that you as a chosen one are the prize, is that if you look at the people's lives who you are in, depending on how much work you have done on yourself, you will notice that you are such a blessing. When you enter people's lives, your atmosphere merges with their atmosphere, which means that most of the times, because we encounter narcissists and energy vampires, they will dump through verbal diarrhea and stuff all their negativity. Oh, I'm going through this, oh, I'm going through that. So you're constantly just alchemizing and processing all their negative emotions and everything. They're always calling you with their issues, which is just passing it on to you and having you deal with it. But you also bring so much blessing to their life. So you realize, like, when people are your friends, they're more lucky. They get more jobs. They get more opportunities. Things start to go really smoothly and well from them. And it's because you're like a lucky charm. They have entered your field, family. But sometimes what happens is they get on such a high hanging around you that they start to think they're the ones. We acknowledge the ancestors in the wind. They start to think, family, that they're the ones who have the magic, that they're the ones who are doing this. Especially narcissists. They get carried away really quickly and they start to think your energy is their energy. But you're just lending them a little bit of your stardust. And that's why, family, when people leave your life, they usually tend to do worse. And in their warped minds, they might try and say, oh, she did this, or she cursed me, or she... Nah. It's just like my energy ain't there anymore. And I've seen friends, family, because, you know, nowadays we're not breaking up like, I mean, by the time I'm telling you I don't want to be your friend, it's because I've seen some demonic thing and I've seen a disaster come into your life. But nowadays it's just people grow apart. Because the spirit will tell you you can't be around that energy. And what you'll notice, family, is if you go back to the people you used to hang out with, and this is not something we wish on anyone, they're not doing as well as when they were around you. Because as a chosen one, it means that you have come from higher dimensions, a more sophisticated reality. And you are now connected to that sophisticated reality, which is blessing you and everyone in your life. You're like a lucky charm, family. And there's some men who know that. They can see those women who have the goddess energy. And they'll either wife them up or they'll make them mistresses. You know, it's funny, hanging out with these like Masonic men has taught me so much, family. Because there's women they will sleep with and they're like, every time I sleep with this particular woman, because of the star she has on her life, which she doesn't know about, which she's totally ignorant about, a deal will go through. There's other wizards and warlocks, anytime they're traveling internationally, they'll have their wife and children, but when they're going on a major deal internationally, they're always going with a young thing. And they'll take her to the meetings. They'll take her. Why? If she's just your, mistress. It's because they understand what that girl is carrying, but she doesn't. And that's why one of the biggest lessons for us to learn has been letting people go, letting people who are not good for you go. Even if they've wronged you, justice will be served, but justice cannot be served while you're there, family. And that brings me to the second point. As a chosen one, your love for others can actually prevent them from facing the judgment that is rightfully theirs. Your love acts as a shield, family. Your love protects people. And that's why our toxic family members and all those who took advantage of us worked so hard. They didn't want us to go away. They wanted us to be their slaves. That was the whole idea with the MK Ultra and the narcissistic abuse and the sexual abuse. It was to tap into this energy. You know, it's funny because I remember growing up, family, whenever my mother was going through something, whenever her business wasn't doing well, whenever her health was down, she'd always come and tell me. Even when I was 3, I remember being burdened with like, oh, we might go broke, this might happen, that might happen. And I'm like a 3-year-old, barely know what money is. But somehow me taking that on and crying about it, all of a sudden she'd get money. And so a lot of our elite families have been using us chosen ones to clean their karma, to clean their filthiness. Some have even projected their diseases for us to carry their diseases, family. They've transferred their diseases through us, through sexual abuse and all these things. They've tried to take our power, but they know. So they use you as a washing machine. They dirty themselves up and then they come and they're clean by you. And this is why they never wanted you to be free. This is why they inflicted so much trauma. So that they could consistently use you like your angelic energy almost, because you're from higher, more sophisticated realms. To clean them. And that's why you'll notice, as soon as you stepped away from your family, as soon as you stepped away from your abusive husband or your abusive husband, as soon as you stepped away from your toxic, karmic, friends, sugar started hitting the fan for them. And that's why it's always so important, because as chosen ones, you are a blessed one. It is so important to return other people's energies, other people's vibes to them. It is not your burden to carry. And then be very, very careful who you hang out with. Because a lot of you are now free. But there's still residues of the previous mental control that are trying to re-grip your mind. You know, they put so many side doors, family, and back doors to our minds and to our hearts. So just remain vigilant and make sure you don't fall back or slip back into an entanglement with a lower vibrational entity that wants to use you for the wrong reasons. This may go over most people's heads, but you know, as a lot of chosen ones, a lot of the disease and the misfortune you had was because they swapped that energy with you by laying their burdens on you and making you constantly worry while they were living their best lives. And of course, it's on a much deeper level. We honor the ancestors in the wind. So be very careful whose karma you're taking on, family, because we're in the age of judgment, as I've said. If you go with a fallen one, you will also fall. And many of us have been falling because we were attached to fallen ones. Stories for other days. So just know you are the prize, family. Even write, I am the prize, and stick it up on your mirror or something. Because you are the prize. And because of all the trauma it has taken to become liberated. We honor the ancestors in the winds. Because of everything it has taken, family, for you to be liberated, you must absolutely protect your energy. Sexually, physically. And if you'd like me to do a show on how to protect your energy, let me know in the comments below. Protect your energy. It is precious. It is precious. Sometimes being alone is a security. It's not loneliness. Because we now want this magic and this higher level cosmic energy to start turning around our lives. A lot of us chosen ones we actually came with these higher vibes because we actually want to help people. We actually have a serious assignment that we are called to. And we need all that energy in order to do that. And you know, family, energy is never lost. So all that energy that people have used and misused can be called back to you. Call it back. Call back your energy. There's 2 prayers that I always do, apart from, okay, let's say 3. I always do a prayer of gratitude to the Great Mother, to my ancient ones, to my ancestors, to my galactic and cosmic family, and to Ra. I always return all energy that is not mine to sender on all dimensions and across all timelines. And I always call my energy back. I'm still calling my energy back after many years, and it's still coming back, family. You are the prize. So when your spiritual team shows you need to let someone go, let them go. Don't mourn people. You are the prize. You're the ones who have brought goodness to others. But it's time that you start bringing some of that goodness to yourself, family. You are the prize. And when you recognize yourself as the prize, you will now start meeting other prizes. But those are stories for other days. Tuko pamoja.